On Paranormal Insights, we're going to the huge Conscious Life Expo at the LAX Hilton in Los Angeles, California.
We'll be taking a look at this year's award-winning panel of psychics on the Predictions and Tools Divination Panel.
I'm Joseph Ernest Martin.
I'm Cindy Grayson.
And this is Paranormal Insights, where we bring you the latest and best from the metaphysical world.
Here you get real tools and insights to your questions as we bring you answers from beyond the ordinary.
Cindy is a certified hypnotherapist with a specialty in past life regression. She also works closely with spirit guides and other white light entities as a medical intuitive.
Joseph is an award-winning psychic of over 25 years and the author of the international bestseller, The Quest to Row. Joseph is also the recipient of the Visionary Award of Excellence.
And this is a very special edition of Paranormal Insights. We're going to take a look at the West Coast's largest metaphysical show, the Conscious Life Expo.
Speakers come from all over the world to present new ideas and products. Speakers like Dan Millman, Greg Braden, David Wilcox, Lynn Andrews, George Noory, John Robbins, and many, many more.
Literally hundreds of lectures and workshops fill the 3 days of this event and even overflow onto a fourth day for special conference attendees. Friday night, I was moderator of the Prediction and Tools Divination Panel.
This was a great panel of psychics and healers, including Tori Hartman, Lorrie Kazan, Vickie Gay, Carolyn Coleridge, Vishali, Dannion Brinkley, and of course our own Joseph Ernest Martin.
Yes, in this special edition, we'll be taking a look at the Divination Panel filmed live. This panel was an hour and a half, and we'll be able to show you just the first part of this special event.
Let's go now to the Los Angeles LAX Hilton and join the Predictions and Tools Divination Panel.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a program about how to manage, view, see yourself in the shifting paradigm. My distinct pleasure is to introduce Joseph Ernest Martin and welcoming you to the Paranormal Insights program. Joseph is the author and artist of the award-winning Quest Tarot, or the original personal computer. It is now in 5 countries in 4 languages. He's won the Best Visionary Award for Excellence in international competition. He's also won Best of Show in Holistic Living Expos of California. He's been on national television and radio. He was a finalist in the Bravo TV pilot Housebusters. He's filming a new TV series of which you have graciously decided to take part in. He is wonderful. He is terrific. He's loving, insightful, and very smart. So without further ado, it is my privilege and pleasure to introduce to you Joseph Ernest Martin.
And we have an amazing panel here with us tonight. And all of these people are skilled in different areas. They're going to be bringing you insights to this incredible year, 2013. We're going to be talking about tools and predictions for 2013. What you need to know that's going to be happening and the tools you need to survive this year. We're going to start with Carolyn Coleridge. Carolyn is an LCSW, is a psychotherapist, a spiritual intuitive, and an energetic healer. She received her master's from Columbia University and has been a clinical social worker and a counselor for 18 years. She is a former voluntary faculty member of the UCLA Pediatric Pain Program, where she performed hands-on healing for children in chronic pain. She has appeared on TV and numerous radio shows, including CNN International. Passionate about East-West connection, Carolyn is a volunteer healer at the Agape International Spiritual Center Wellbeing Ministry and still works part-time in the mental health for a major HMO. Carolyn gives intuitive soul messages, helping clients find their life purpose and inspiring them to pursue their spiritual gifts. Let us welcome to our panel, Carolyn B. Coleridge. We have Lorrie Kazan, one of the top psychics in a worldwide audition for the Edgar Cayce Institute, is known for her skill in telepathy, clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance. She expanded her training with master psychics and healers, including study and past life regression with doctors and Brian Weiss and Henry Bolduc. Lorrie holds a master's degree in writing and regularly lectures and writes about past life, psychic development, tarot, meditation, shamanism, and dreams, among other topics. An award-winning writer, her work appears in numerous journals and sites, including the Whole Life Times, Intuitive Connections, and currently 8 Martinis magazine. Is that right? That's right. That sounds good. I can use a martini. She is the author of the forthcoming books, 1 Minute Meditator and Every Trail Leads Home, How to Use What You've Got to Get What You Want. You can access Lorrie's articles and sign up for her free newsletters by going to her website. We're glad to have with us Lorrie Kazan. Vishali, we actually put how to pronounce her name on the sign to make it really easy for everyone. Is a life management expert, author of 4 books and syndicated radio shows and 3 weekly shows which stream live on her website, purplev.com. She is a faculty member at Edgar Cayce's ARE, the Omega Institute, and the Learning Annex. She has appeared on national radio and network television programs including ABC TV, CBS TV, and NBC TV, and on the Dr. Oz radio show. Vishali is a regular contributor to the Huffington Post and has been quoted on Oprah.com. Her articles have been published in hundreds of magazines worldwide. In 2009, she was voted by The Magazine as one of the top 50 inspirational women in the Los Angeles area. She graduated magna cum laude from the San Francisco State University with degrees in both philosophy and religion, as well as radio and television. And we're happy to have this wonderful, exciting, and energetic panel member, Vishali. Vickie Gay has a National Spiritualistic Teacher's degree in an NSAC certified medium and reunites families and friends with those who have been crossed over. She has visions, feels, and hears spirits and angels that assist you for a better life here on earth. Vickie talks with your crossed over loved ones. Vickie has assisted the FBI with missing person cases, has solved murder cases, and has helped families in emergency situations with remote viewing. She has sent telepathic messages in time of need, has sent healing energy to the sick and troubled, and has warned of upcoming events and preventing negative outcomes. Vickie also teaches psychic mediumship in that it will one day become a commonplace and an accepted part of our natural senses. We're glad to welcome back to the Divination Panel for 2013, Vickie Gay. Tori's new to our panel tonight, and she offers quirky, accurate, and paradigm-shifting insights. These qualities have attracted a base of more than 95,000 Twitter followers. That's amazing, and fans who love working with her. Participating in her warm, supportive discussions and workshops illuminate everyone's unique qualities and celebrate their qualities as strengths. Tori's ability as a reader to tap into another person's energy and gently offer suggestions that are not only deeply personal for the individual participating, but everyone participating in the experience. She is really an unparalleled in her transparent, lovable human approach. She has a profound appreciation for those who are drawn to spiritual work and shows up at every session in a present, real manner. Let us welcome to our panel, Tori Hartman. And last, but definitely not least, Dannion Brinkley is an internationally renowned author and speaker in the field of spirituality, self-development, and complementary and alternative medicine. He's the author of 3 international best-selling books, Saved by the Light, At Peace in the Light, and Secrets of the Light, and has appeared on hundreds of television and radio shows. And in 1994, his New York Times bestseller, Saved by the Light, is on VHS, was the highest-ranked made-for-movie TV movie by the Fox network. His near-death experiences range from 2 lightning strikes, open heart surgery, ruptured subdermal hematomas, to brain surgery and a massive grand mal seizure. Drawing from these experiences, Dannion delivers his uniquely inspirational and insightful message to diverse audiences worldwide on topics including near-death experience, palliative and hospice care, and complementary and alternative healing practices. We are so proud and happy to have this very special guest with us, Dannion Brinkley.
And when not to talk on the phone.
2012 for most of us was a very, very challenging year. Did you find it that way? Yes. My joke for 2012 was, I swear to God, you could say good morning to someone and they'd hear go to hell. But we made it to 2013. And 2013 is filled with new energy. And we're going to start now with our panel's thoughts, opinions, and predictions for 2013. And let's start with Vickie Gay.
Well, what I see for this year is that a lot of things that people were already working on are going to go into a positive mode. Things are going to happen for you. I feel like it's beginning now, not in January. It's beginning now. So just be ready, and also allow your spirit that's in your body to be more in control than your body, because I do see that people are going to be walking and having their visions, and that's going to help them bring about what it is that they've been waiting for. So your dreams, manifesting those dreams.
Fantastic, Vickie. You know, Niles Bohr was quoted as saying, "Prediction is very difficult, especially if it's about the future." Vishali, what do you feel we can start expecting for this new 2013?
You were talking about 2012 being a tough year. It was a year of transformation, but in my language, it was a year of transform. It was an opportunity to do what we're all here to do, which is to take our power back. And 2013 depends on if you transformed, mofo. If you transformed, if you did your transformation, if you made the changes, if you took your power back, this is the year to say there are no limits. I'm a force of divine love and wisdom. I came here to experience myself as unlimited, as an expression of unlimited divine love and wisdom, and I don't recognize any other power. There's only one power I recognize, and that is my own divinity. I am divine love and wisdom. I am power without apology, and I'm taking the limits off. Rock on. And if you didn't do your homework, 2013 is going to be more about learning about the consequences of what it costs you to give your power away. So you get to decide, because you are what you love, and you'll love whatever you give your attention to. Thank you, from the woman with one name to the man with three.
Yes, exactly. 3 first names. Well, Lorrie Kazan.
I think it's about leadership. I think that things have been speeding up. The vibrations have been going faster and faster. And whatever you think is hidden, I think will be revealed. That WikiLeaks to me is a perfect metaphor for it. Anything that you think, it's just nothing is really a secret.
Maya.
Tools to stay focused during this time, I think, is to have some kind of a guiding principle, like Edgar Cayce talked about, whether it's love or forgiveness, so that you can keep measuring your own behavior, your own self. It's coming back and seeing who you are, because there's going to be a very reactive time. I think we're living in revolutionary times, and it's going to continue getting faster and faster. So just like Vishali was saying, I think it's also connecting with that higher spirit and remembering that the higher source is not TV, is not the media, that it's a divinity, and coming back to who did you come in here to be, and now's your time to be it, because the universe really needs you.
The universe does need us, and where we put our attention, that's where reality starts being created for us. I always liked my favorite Star Wars figure, Yoda, was talking about predictions, because he said, "Always in motion, the future." And so, Tori, what do you feel is going to be happening here in 2013 that we can look forward to?
Well, I'm going to go off a little bit of what Lorrie said, because when the Mayan calendar ended, you know, I tweeted and I said, I have a feeling the Mayan calendar is the rest of it's in somebody's basement, okay? And we just don't know what it is. But here's the thing I see, is that when it ended in my, the way I read the energy is that it ended because there was no more road for where we're going. And where we've come from was a prediction of someone else's. And so as we step into what's now, it's ours. This world is ours now. It's been given to us to take on and to carry the flame forward. So with that, we've seen a lot of people stripped away homes, possessions, things that don't matter. Anything that's not authentically you is going to be taken from you. Because what I'm getting more and more is that the answers always show up in your life. You know, I've been saying for a long time, you know, your inner reality reflects your outer reality, and the message sent is the message received, is not always the message received. But what I'm getting more and more is that now the message sent is always the message received. So the question is, who are you sending the message to? It's like changing that old idea of people that don't listen to us. And I think that's a big thing, is that we'll send out our message and we get nothing back because we're trying to get people to react to things that is old ideas, if that makes sense, old tapes, old, you know, things that are playing in our head. So where I see this going is that you really have two choices. You can either stand in your dignity of where you're going with things gone and go, okay, I'm going to accept what's ahead of me. Or, and I do a radio show, so I get a lot of people who are, you know, calling me and going, well, what's going to happen? And I say, well, that's up to you. You know, because we can predict things, we can tell you, but it's based on your inner works, what's going on inside of you, because all of us can tap into it, but we tap into it with your permission. And I personally like tapping into you with you, because that's when it gets really exciting. Yeah. So I think that's where the real work is when we can join together and work together to make the future better. So that's what I see, working together.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Party a lot.
And partying.
Carolyn Coleridge.
Yeah, 2013 is the 6th year, actually. And 6 to me means teacher, counselor, healer, which we all can probably be or all can be. I think it's really about, and I love what everyone is saying, and the Mayan calendar was very interesting because it said the end of time, and I always read it as it's the end of time as we know it, meaning that if you do something you love, if you go with your heart over your mind, and you can do it for all day. You don't get tired, you don't get afraid, you forget about time. That's what the end of time means. I think it's also moving with nature, going with the time schedule of nature. When do we get up? When do we go to sleep? Are we honoring time in terms of honoring ourselves? Nature creates its own time, and that's what we need to do. It's okay if you work 9 to 5. I worked freelance for 10 years because I like to move. When I want to do a project, I go do a project. When I need to sit and meditate, I meditate. You know, I try to balance it the way with what my heart feels. So the heart is really important in this time period. As we got closer to the galactic center, we're all going to vibrate with a higher frequency and wanting to create more of heaven on earth. And when heaven on earth comes, there's going to be a lot of darkness. There's going to be fight. The light and dark always kind of duel, but we don't have to see that. What we have to do is go within a little bit deeper. We have to meditate. We have to listen to our inner knowing, our inner understanding. We have to be the teacher, counselor, healers. And you see a lot of information coming out about integrity. A lot of people like Lance Armstrong coming out. People are saying, this is who I really am. That's what the whole thing is about, like reality TV and cell phones and everything being recorded, because it kind of mirrors the life experience, the near-death experience, where you see everything. Everything gets played back to you. So I think it's really important that we live our dignity and live our truth and live our heart. And if more people are doing what we love, I think we can bring in a lot more peace on the planet.
Mm-hmm. I hope so too. Now, Dannion Brinkley has done a lot of predictions. His talk, which is tomorrow, he's not going to give away too much because he has a great talk that he's delivering tomorrow. But Dannion, what do you feel we can expect for 2013?
Well, I'm going to stick with the Maya theme. I've been studying the Maya since 1968. And people always say, why did the Mayan calendar end in 2012? Very simple. The Spanish came. And they burned all the records. But if you know the secrets of the Maya, it entered a 5,125.36 year period. And we began on October the 28th in what was called the 9th wave. It lasted until April. So where we are is the end of the galactic period going into the universal period. And it was just like Carolyn just said, what the Maya said in 3,114, that at the end of that 5,125-year cycle, we would enter what was from the galactic period, all things not done in integrity would collapse. Our religions, our institutions, our governments, our financial system, all collapsed. So the Maya were right. What the Maya says we now enter is into the universal period. So you must translate integrity and consciousness and focus into this period. But they also said in the universal period, there would be no secrets. Now we have everything recorded. We know about data mining from companies and businesses. We know about Echelon. We know about the National Security Acts, which records every conversation, every key punch, every email, every text is all recorded, so there's no secrets. So what we must find is that period of integrity, but in the Maya. Every 5,125-year system begins with compassion. And it begins with the empowerment of the feminine. So the feminine intuitive nature is how each of the Maya periods begin. So what that would tell me is the greatest prophecy and prediction I can give you for 2012. If you read Saved by the Light, I wrote down in 1975 a series of probable possibilities of events that would occur. We're now in the last 16 of 117. So tomorrow I will lay those out. But tonight, as you take a deep breath, the most important prophecy I can give you is compassionate love, inner appreciation, integrity, and forgiveness. And guys, it's about the feminine power, the intuitive nature of a woman. And what you have to do is you have to learn to listen. Girls, only tell them twice. So boys, listen. And girls, please tone it down. I have my wife and my daughter here to express completely that I'm trying to learn to do that. But what we have to do is really realize we are great, powerful, and mighty spiritual beings with dignity, direction, and purpose. If you're a great, powerful, and mighty spiritual being with dignity, direction, and purpose, living in a human form, there's only one thing that can ever go wrong in your life, and it's you have allowed something to affect your dignity. And if you look we just passed from the galactic period, fear. The new 4-letter F word is fear. And what we have to do is forgive whatever blocked ourselves in our integrity, and in great, powerful, and mighty with dignity, direction, and purpose. Whatever government, religion, institution, neighbor, mother, parents, friend, husband, wife, dog, that's affected your dignity, you must seek it out. You must understand it, and you must eliminate it. Because these next 2 years, according to the Maya, your heart's going to open, and you're going to be amazed by so many new things that the change is just like Vishali said, the change is going to happen to you so fast that without forgiveness and your dignity and integrity in place, you will not see how fast you're changing or how to observe other people going through the same thing.
Well, that's a good point, because a lot of predictions that are out right now on the internet can seem rather dire. There's a quote by Ray Bradbury that says, "I was not predicting the future, I was trying to prevent it." And some of the predictions that are out on the internet right now don't sound like the things that our panel is bringing up. They talk about the CNN towers in Toronto having a huge building fire, more trouble in the Middle East, but I don't know if that's really a prediction or just a state of fact. Huge earthquakes in the Caribbean, Russia, Seattle, Washington, super tornadoes and frankenstorms because of global warming. Great dangers around Obama. Again, I don't know if that's much of a prediction because, you know, he's had a lot of threats. Stock markets will close. Diseases killing horses will happen from around the world. Increased terror attacks. And it goes on and on. Now, none of these sound very happy.
That all sounds exciting to me. I hope an asteroid hits the Earth and it disintegrates.
So with all these things that are going to be happening in 2013, all the changes that's going to be happening, I'd like our panel to look at what would you feel would be your single best tool to offer getting through, not only being bombarded with the negative aspects of prediction for this year, but getting through in a healthy, happy way for 2013 being we did make it through 2012.
I so wish that we could show the entire panel. It was just such a wonderful event, and I enjoyed being moderator for this amazing group of psychics. You know, these people I got to meet and talk to, and honestly, they were just incredible.
Oh, they were. And what I especially liked about the panel was that they gave the audience real tools that they can use for 2013.
And this is something that happens every year down in Los Angeles. I'm so glad that we could show you as much of this as we possibly could. And if you ever get a chance to go to the Conscious Life Expo at the LAX Hilton in Los Angeles, California, please make the trip. It's one of the biggest and best shows of the year. We want to answer your questions and address your topics. If you have questions you want answered or topics you'd like us to look into, we're easy to find. You can find me at questtarot.com or email me at joseph@questtarot.com.
And you can find me, cgraysonhypnosis.com, or email me, cindy@cgraysonhypnosis.com. You can follow us in the Sacramento area at Comcast Channel 17. See accesssacramento.org for details. And in the San Francisco Bay Area, you can watch us on Comcast Channel 23, 28, 29, and 33. And throughout the state of California, you can watch us on AT&T Uverse Channel 99. For additional channel listings, please see betv.org or att-services.net.
And you can find us on Facebook, Vimeo, and YouTube. Simply search Paranormal Insights, Joseph Ernest Martin, or Cindy Grayson. And be sure to watch our new series, The Magic Minute, where every week you'll learn easy-to-use everyday magic that makes your life better, exclusively on YouTube, where it only takes a moment to make magic. And when you do, be sure to click like and subscribe. We want to answer your questions and address your topics.
So we can share our paranormal insights
and answers from beyond the ordinary.